Hello and welcome to the show. We are back with the mad scramble for a spot on the grid, as we are going to be doing some GTA 5 racing with, as it shall for now be known, the Panini. We were trying to figure out what car this was, and Chris called it the Panini. So I'm bad at mispronouncing cars, / my dyslexic brain saw the name for this car and just calls it the Pharaoh forever. However, Chris has now taken the role of naming cars in GTA 5, and this shall forever be the Panini. Anyway, we're going to go racing around a circuit. This particular track, built by Tempering Tube. It is we're going to go for a little bit of a guess the track. So you guys at home try and figure out what circuit we are racing. I think I know what circuit it's based upon at least. So try and figure out what circuit we're racing around. Well done if you manage to get it right. Oh, and there's lots of blimps. I'm not sure why there's lots of blimps, but there are many blimps in fact overhead. We're going to try, my general tactic for GTA 5 races, have a nice sensible first lap, especially when we're starting down the order. Oh, that car just died. I think it was Liam, possibly. Someone on the outside had a very, very bad day. Uh-oh, I had a bad day. I was trying to avoid... Well, and there goes my plan of don't get into trouble on the first lap. I was having to try to check up and avoid a spinning car. Unfortunately for me, in doing so, I think it was brazen. Someone behind, it's just one of those crashes where everyone's run out of space and there's little you can do. It looks like Team Orange is having a bad time. Hello, Blakey. I'm happy to give you some slipstream because we're going to need to be slipstream friends here. Come on, get some slipstream. Let's go. That looks like it's alright. Looks like Brazen fell off as well. So, there we go. What an unfortunate start to the race. I mean, with the pack fighting as much as they do, it's not out of the realms of possibility in the slightest that we can climb back up and rejoin the fray. We've got, well, to be fair, we're 12th. We are technically higher than we started the race with, at least. They're 3 wide. Oh, 3 wide. I don't know whether the vehicle didn't realise someone was alongside. That's those classic GTA, once cars get stuck together, they get stuck together for good and you're going off the road. I mean, it gives me 2 positions. It puts me into the top 10. Which is something, and there's a green car gone exploring around there that is hopefully going to be something I can get past. Yep, through the middle. Oh, it's a little sketchy through the middle. I'll take it. It was just... That was a little braver than I would have perhaps liked. Now, don't overdrive this corner here. It's very easy to get into trouble around there. And as we run out of the final turn, don't run too wide out the final corner. It's really tempting. It's really tempting to be greedy on the exit, but you will fall off the map. And it's not worth that. I've not got any slipstream. No! Why have I not got any slipstream? Team Orange car, come here. I need some of that beautiful slipstream from you. Still not worked. None of the slipstream has worked for me here. Oh, green car is alongside. Pink car's got past. Pink car's got a bit too deep. Oh, I think that's Scotty. Yep. Scotty, that was very nearly a disaster. This start of this lap has actually been really bad for me. I couldn't get slipstream at all, and Scotty's gone round, and Blakey's had nowhere to go. That's very unhelpful. Poor Team Orange is just having a bad time, it would seem. Yeah, I mean, that's very, let's say, very similar in some ways to my crash on that first lap, is that just accidents happen, and sometimes there is nothing you can do about that when it happens in front of you. We're going to go 3 wide down the back straight. There'll be a great car go alongside. I want to try and duck back into some slipstream here, maybe, off of this group. Now, if we can work together, we might be able to catch the lead group. The purple car gives some space through the chicane. Actually, everybody giving plenty of space, a sensible amount of space through all of that. Let's try and get in the slipstream, get that slipstream speed going. I guess just given up. There we go. Now we've got that speed. What a big toe. However, this is a fast corner. We can jink to the inside. We'll make that one work. Don't want to... Brazen tangled with the car on the outside. Yeah, you don't want to jink too much. We've already seen a couple of cars get caught out by just kind of bouncing off the inside of the track. I did also see, I think, a Gliska plummet off the circuit on the outside of the track. Whether assisted or whether done on their own is hard to tell from as far back as we are. And we're back up to the lead pack now. That's the top 4. All in a group. We have Chris ahead of us, taking a little bit of a funky line towards these final couple of corners, but still going to stay ahead of us. Don't overdrive here, and then definitely don't overdrive this one. Almost did. Almost did. Keep that slipstream. Come back here, you little git. Have we got anyone slipstream off of us? No, not yet. Doesn't look like they're too far behind. Here we go. Big slipstream pull for me. In fact, it's absolutely mega slipstream pull for me. Ewan just gets a better one, though. Ewan will come out of that with the lead. No, Ewan left us just enough space. We were just far enough alongside to draw alongside. There goes Danger Man now with the pull. There goes the pink car. I think that's Angus up into that second position. Chris has fallen off on their own. I've given Ewan a bop. Get back pointing the right way. Perfect. Ninetales has come to join us. It's fine. I think my internet's still playing up a little bit. The reason I say that is I've had some connection issue. I've been having little lag jitters in Forza all evening, and I have a feeling it might have translated a little bit here to a couple of times. Got a little stuck on the side of Angus's car. Come on, where's that draft going to be from? There goes Ninetales on the inside with a huge run. Now, of course, this circuit, with the way it works in GTA 5, you get big slipstream pulls. You get very big slipstream pulls around here. It's a fast track. Catch-up is more cruel to a vehicle here than a lot of circuits because it's very, very fast. We're going to be in the middle and there's going to be no assistance. Danger Man has got past there. Can I duck back in behind? Oh, brush the curb and change direction a little bit. That would be a flat-out corner if we weren't going 3 wide. That was a check-up because things are about to go a little bit sketchy. We're going to go 3 wide through there. And that will be back to a second place. Oh, briefly, red car's going to come up across the circuit. There's a lot of bonnet in my third-person camera. It's sketchy, but we're still all okay. 2x2, smidge through there. Can I? No, definitely no bump draft. I wondered if I could help. The answer to that is categorically no. No helping of anybody around. Maybe in a battle to the finish line, you might be able to teamwork if... Oh, God! I mean, you're not going to run wide out of that corner, I can tell you that much. You are definitely not going to run wide out of that corner. Is that a good place to have been? Yeah, that's about the perfect place to have been, in fact. We would cross the line with the lead. We won't hold it to turn 1, but we would have crossed the line with the lead. Hope that grey car backed out of that, because that was such a narrow line. You were never, ever going to keep a car there. Angus is back to the lead. For the moment, I will take that back from you. Thank you very much. We will lead through the spinny, horrible corner. That is what I shall know this one as, and we will not lead through there because we got absolutely eviscerated. I just didn't know there was a car there. Annoyingly, the worst bit of all that is we will be dumped. I think Chris will wait for us in the end, but we'll get dumped down the back, and while we would have had time to catch back up to the pack at any other time, the fact that it's happened on the final lap, I don't know whether Chris might have got assistance in that one. A couple of us ended up getting screwed. Yeah, you now are just out of time. There is nothing that you can do from this far back. I say that, we're up to 7th, so it seemed like there was a mess went on further up the road as well. Oh, that was aggressive into the chicane now. That was really hoping that Chris was going to give us space, and I was very slow on the exit. The only help is that Brazen is there with a little bit of a tow that we can get there. Perfect. That will get us back past. I mean, we're going to kind of bring Gliska and Chris back towards the front of this group. I mean, they might not... With this circuit being flat out for probably a good 60 or so % of the lap, if not more than that probably, catch-up is very effective. So you get screwed, you can normally get back in the fray quite nicely, which is, you know, funnily enough, while we run it, it gives you half a chance, and it gives there more of a chance to be an exciting race. That looks like Gliska and Brazen have had a coming together, and a yellow car's on its side. It's not ideal for said yellow car. Oh, I get a big slide. Right. Now, I have got a friend here that we can get some slipstream off of. Come on in, Pega. Let's go. Let's go. Let's work together. Let's get to that lead group. I'm happy to give you some slipstream, because this is what we need to do here. We need to work together. And Pega is probably not going to be far enough alongside to try pass through here, which is good. Now, Spinny McNasty corner. In fact, actually, we're going to be the one that's behind, so that makes life easier for me, I guess. Spinny McNasty corner. Don't be as aggressive across the curbs. Do get slowed down for this part, though. Oh, no! There's a green car pointing the wrong way. That's another position for me. And sadly for them, while I had a lap to regain the position, half a lap is going to be difficult. Blakey's actually coming to join us here. It's going to be a big battle to the start-finish line. Sadly for me, as everyone's being cheeky gits on the curbs, I've got no slipstream. Here we go. Now we have pull out of the draft. So that's the downside of the curb boosting. It works when you're on your own, but if someone has a run, Ewan's fallen off the map on completely on his own. Don't know whether that was trying to get some sneaky curbs or whether that was just a mistake in the car positioning or got a little carried away with the turning and just lost the back end. We've got back to the lead, but have we got to the lead at an unhelpful time? We are going to get past, I have no doubt. It's whether you're in the right place for the start-finish line kerfuffle. And with this, trying to game it where you are in the field is very difficult, to say the least. You could always guarantee you'll screw it if you try to do something deliberately. You might not, but yeah, it's tough to figure out where you want to be in the pack. You don't want to be leading onto the start-finish straight necessarily, not with these cars, because no one can push. No one can get the bump draft going with these things. But if you're too far back, you won't get enough. You won't have enough momentum. Won't have enough of a chance to get there. We're going to come out of the final corner in third position. Can we get enough of a slipstream off of the back of Impega's car? Impega's all over the road. We have got the better run. Watch out for Ninetales on the outside. Watch out for the wee yellow car. I think got it. Actually, I don't know whether it was Brazen. Don't know who it was. I don't know which way it went. What way did it go? Oh, it went to me. It was Hordes in the yellow car on the outside. Brazen was down in 6th. We just got Hordes there. Christ, Ninetales got 3rd. Impega ended up 4th. Oh, Blakey got 5th in the end. Out of all of that, 1st to 5th covered by 0.6 of a second, less than 0.6 of a second, in fact, between all of us. Gliska gets fastest lap at a 57.4. I'm surprised I recovered that far after being nudged off on the penultimate lap. However, won't complain at a victory, that's for sure. So, for our second race around here, we've got the all-track, a kind of full-on supercar, super grippy. Straight line speed is probably going to be low, but we're all in the same vehicle, so it doesn't matter too much. And someone was AFK on the start line. Brilliant. Our side of the grid got a wonderful start. The other side of the grid was a big mess. It's fine. We'll just sneak. Team Orange shall sneak away at the front. Now, weirdly, these are, I'm not going to say good at bump drafting, but of all of these sort of supercars with a big old ramp at the front, these are the ones that will probably get away with light collisions best. They've got some of the better handling physics on the game, which is always nice to see, although there's been a big old mess anyway. And you'll still fall off because you're going very quickly with these cars. They suffer from, oh god, that little bit of, well, at this sort of circuit you are so fast for so long that the littlest of errors will cause you a big problem. Like there, for example, I was trying to give Ninetales some space. We're all trying, because of course, the problem is we're all trying to fight our way into a slipstream one way or another, and you kind of just end up congregating a little bit at a similar point on the circuit. Nevertheless, so far, so good for me. We are through, we are in the lead, everyone's gone, we were in the lead, everyone's gone whizzing either side of us. That's fine though, we've got a 4-car breakaway. I can live with a 4-car breakaway. We'll just get the mega run past everybody. This is the sketchy corner to get through, which we have done. Also, well done if you managed to guess the circuit correctly so far. It's not a bad rendition. It's always a difficulty. I mean, we've had various ones of these done. I've tried before making circuits and so on. It's very difficult to get scale right. Is always the problem with GTA, especially when you're using. This is using the stunt track pieces, so they are sort of set lengths. Certainly, when I looked at this one, it's been made from sort of set lengths of almost circuit, so it is quite difficult to get scale 100% perfectly in this. But as I say, yeah, it's pretty good rendition of the circuit it's supposed to be. We have got some slipstream down here. Christ, that's a yellow car in a little bit of a risky place down there. We will shoot through the middle of everyone. Gliska gives us a big old nudge towards turn 1. Actually kind of helps us a smidge through there. Oh, Tails is back underneath. So far we've been 3 or 4 wide for almost the entirety of the first lap. I'm okay with that. I mean, it's slightly sketchy in places. I'm less okay with that. I am less okay with that one. But, oh no, there's not anywhere to go here, is there? We're going to be stuck middle of the 3 wide. Don't let the leaders get too far away. Thankfully, this back straight should sort them out. Really, Ninetales is going to whiz past. I mean, you've got to try and keep track of everybody around you at all times in this, if at all possible, to know what side is safe to move. Oh, like there, for example, I think that was a couple of cars. I think it was Pega and Chris, but I don't quite know who moved across to try and get some slipstream. They've actually all survived. It looked like a bigger crash than I think it actually was. We're going to get some slipstream off of Gliska, and then everyone's going to come flying past us. It's just like a tiny change of direction. You just can't match. Someone's up to the lead. Brazen, is it? Yes. Brazen and Hordes are both in the yellow cars, I think, in this one. It's easy to get them confused. Oh, that's another change for the lead as we fall back to third. Now, these, of course, have got so much grip. A lot of these corners that weren't flat out in the Panini now are flat out. You're not flat out around here, absolutely not. You will be in trouble and off the map if you try that, but some of the corners, some of the almost like chicane corners can be flat out. They can be flat out if you're on your own. If you're 2 and 3 wide, it's a little bit of a different story there. But yeah, there is a lot of grip. Don't force the grey car off the track. Grey car almost fell off the track on its own, regardless of my doings there. We're going to try and get some slipstream off the back of Ninetales' car. We are too far back. Certainly wouldn't have got a victory from that far back. Ooh. Blue car went to take its normal racing line, didn't realise there was an orange machine approaching with a lot of speed, and round we go. Bugger. That's the... It's just like that was the most violent spin I think I've been a part of. I think we both ended up going off in that one, but it was just 1 minute we were pointing perfectly normal direction, and the next minute absolutely nothing I could do about it, and suddenly you're not pointing the right direction anymore. And it's, yeah, it's gone. Don't know whether the car was assisted in that one or not. I can't look behind. I can't keep track of absolutely everything on there. I think that's the second time. I think it was the same corner, slightly different point that time that we got stuck. It's the same amount of time as well. We got a lap and a bit to try and recover. Doing 4 laps with these while they are slightly faster cars. The first race was a little longer than expected. We are safe to curb boost without catching anybody. Like, curb boosting some tracks is very dangerous. Some tracks will say not to do it because you run the risk of actually crashing into cars that are on the circuit normally when you're weaving like this. However, if I'm piddling around in 11th place and there's nobody behind to be affected by it, then a little bit of a different story. We have got a really good run. Now, if we can keep this up, this is the sort of momentum, this is the dream for recovery drives, is if you can keep up this pass, immediately get in the slipstream trail of the car ahead, like slingshot up to the slipstream trail of the car ahead, pass, slingshot up to the slipstream trail of the next car. That is the dream. Oh, I've overdriven that one. Oh, and I've beansed it. In my attempts to try and catch up, we shall have a wait. I'm not actually sure which one I hit. That is the problem. I think it was that one, because there's a few pinky purple cars, and I'm not 100% sure which one it was. Well, the recovery drive is not going to happen. The brown trouser moment, that very much did happen there. Looks like Ninetales has had a race go awry as well towards the final lap. Oh, it's not quite gone. It's not quite gone the way we would have liked it, unfortunately. Oh, it's going to go better than it's gone for Ewan. There's actually been some kerfuffles further up as well, so we might still get a half-decent finishing position in this one if all goes to plan. I mean, the leaders are a long, long way gone. I guess we can kind of currently enjoy the car for its immense amount of corner speed, for the little bit of clean air that we have. I don't know whether it will continue. Oh, to beat clean air. No, I don't want to get in the middle particularly, but I do want to find a way past. I was tempted to go for trying a bump draft on the yellow car. There goes the pink machine. It's actually got so far ahead. We've not got slipstream. Cars behind are stuck in that area where they're not getting any slipstream because they're too close. This is not a good place to be 3 wide. I was going to say, that is a flat-out corner if you're on your own. However, if you've got cars 2 and 3 wide behind, Scotty's taken the lead. I don't actually know. There's a couple of cars fighting for the lead. Who is it? Scotty and Hordes are battling for the lead. Pega's up to 3rd. We are fighting over 6th place, I think, in this little group. we're going to get a good run, but it's going to have to be for a long, long way around the outside of Brazen. Not quite going to work, I don't think, there. It's almost just too far to go around that one. Can I have a look? Anywhere, be sneaky anywhere through here. They're 3 wide towards these final corners. Something's probably going to have to give. Either I'm going to be too far back and not be able to make most of the slipstream here, or someone's going to make an accident. We've actually all been quite well behaved into these final corners. Gliska's run too wide. Gliska's gone. Something had to give. It was Gliska off the map. We have got mega slipstream. I think actually Brazen might have waited. I don't know whether Brazen pushed in that one. Ooh. I think we ended up 5th. I think Pega fell off on the final lap as well. I think I saw a white car. It might have been Chris with a grey car. I'm not actually sure who was where by the end of that. It was a bit of a mess. Sadly. Scotty gets fastest lap and takes victory. Hordes with 2 second places. Ninetales gets 3rd. Angus is 4th ahead of me. Crow will get 6th ahead of Gliska, Stevie, Ewan, and so on. Brazen might possibly have disconnected by the end of that race, which would be an unfortunate time for that to go on, just as the run to the line happens. But there we go, yeah. It's a fun track, and well done if you managed to figure out the circuit. It was the Paul Ricard circuit. Probably the most exciting race you'll see at the Paul Ricard circuit. Yeah, lots of flat out. These cars are a bit brutal around here. There's always a bit too much grip, but with the Paninis, they are. It makes for very, very good fun racing. Unfortunately, yeah, a couple of mistakes spread everyone out with these, but there we have it. That's how it goes sometime. That, though, is going to be it for this video. Thank you all very much for watching. Of course, thank you very much, Tempering Tube, for building the circuit. Until next time, a goodbye.